Hello and welcome to another edition of Ask Ben W, the video series where I get to tackle exactly one question as I walk from my parked car to my office in Denver Public Schools. Today's question goes something like this: how should we be using maps in education? I know this is like a really weird kind of question for me to ask. I am not a social studies teacher. I do not pretend to have any great understanding of geography. But the reason why I brought this up is I've been thinking a lot about the ways in which maps and mapping can actually show others, teachers and leaders, how it is that we do our jobs as central office folks, as individuals who are really focused on supporting teachers and leaders. I'm going to try not to die as I walk across the street again. And it makes me think that maybe we're not doing such a great job of telling the story of the ways in which we are navigating a large district, the ways in which we are supporting teachers, because we are not mapping it out. We are not sharing the places that we are going. And so I've been playing around with a couple of different things in order to better tell the story of the ways in which we focus on schools, the way in which we focus on teachers. And I wanted to talk about two of them. The first being Awesome Tables, which is a set of add-ons for Google Sheets that lets you do some different things. Originally, it was sort of started to create better looking tables and information sets for use in Google Sites, but it has transformed into a rather robust set of platforms for visualizing data. And so just kind of interesting. So what you can do is create these interactive maps of all of the schools you're going to, or all of the different places that you have been. And one of the things that's most interesting about it is in the latest version, the very latest version of the Geolocation add-on and sort of geotagging add-on from Awesome Tables, is that you can, on submitting a form that has an address, you can actually have it add it to the map, and it will automatically find the longitude and latitude for that particular address, and it will place it on the map. So as you are going to support schools, as you are going around to different places, it will place where you are on the map, which is really interesting. And you could have even a team of people all filling out the same form, contributing to the same map, and creating a network of support, saying, this is when we went to such and such school, these are the things that we did there, and it actually places it on the map so that you can have access to it, so that you can share the story of the ways in which you're supporting schools. And it's visual. It's incredibly visual and interactive. You can see, over time, how many times you went back to that same school, if you use the same address, and all that kind of stuff. Like, very interesting to see, the ways in which you can tell that story. So that's thing number one. Thing number two is I've been exploring my map timeline. So that Google added this feature where if you look at your own Google Maps and you are in your own account, you can see your timeline for every piece of driving, every piece of walking, every time that you have traveled with your phone on you, and at least a casual access to Google Maps. It will show you where you have been, and it will put any pictures that you took that were synced to Google Photos. It will create a story of your day that is already laid out across all of the different locations, which is really interesting. Because that way you can tell not only the locations that you went to, you know, how many miles you traveled, all that kind of stuff, because it creates the map for you, and it puts all of the images, all of the videos, everything that you are sharing in those moments. And so it's a very interesting way of sort of telling the story and placing yourself in a location, making it about place and highlighting the work that's going on in a school, and that you are doing with that school, or the ways in which you are supporting. And so those are two ideas for how we should use maps to support teachers and leaders. And if you have any other thoughts, please do leave a comment. If you'd like to ask me a question, please use the hashtag AskBenW. I'd love to tackle it on my next trips to the office. Have a great day of learning.